This is NCAA College Volleyball featuring the Waves of Pepperdine University. These Waves casts are a production of the Pepperdine University Department of Athletics and the WCC Network. Well, pleasant good evening, everyone, from Firestone Fieldhouse on the campus of Pepperdine University in Malibu. I'm Al Epstein, and welcome to this evening's opening match in the Pepperdine Invitational Tournament. The Waves from Pepperdine, members of the West Coast Conference, they take on the Lancers from Cal Baptist, members from the Western Athletic Conference. You are watching Wavecasts on the WCC Network. Well, the Pepperdine Waves, 1 win and 2 losses on the season. They're coached by Scott Wong, now in his 5th year, and the Waves come off a 3-1 win against Illinois State last Saturday in the North Texas tournament. And this evening, Pepperdine takes on a relatively young team in Cal Baptist, starting slowly 0-3 on the year. They're coached by Brandon Higa, now in his 8th season, and the Lancers come off a tough 3-2 defeat against Eastern Washington on Saturday in Moscow, Idaho. Starting lineups for this evening's first match of this 3-day tournament. For the Waves, the outside hitters of Kaylee Hames, she's a 6-foot freshman out of Maryville, Tennessee. Shannon Scully, 6'2 junior from Huntington Beach. And Rachel Aarons, a 6'4 sophomore from Trabuco Canyon, California. The middle blockers of Allie O'Hara, 6'3 junior from Boise, Idaho. Tara Wiley, 6'5 senior from Indianapolis, Indiana. The setter, Taya Mahi, a 5'10 redshirt freshman from Cedar Falls, Iowa. And the libero, Hannah Lishman, a 5'8 senior from Kailua, Hawaii. For Cal Baptist, they will start on the outside hitters of Megan Sester, a 6'1 sophomore from Gresham, Oregon. Christine Graff, a 6'2 freshman from Adena, Minnesota, and Ellie Voss, a 6'2 sophomore from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. The middle blockers, Yagoda Yenjichuk, and a 6'1 senior from Anaheim, and Cindy Marks, a 6-foot junior from Lodi, California. The center will be Natalie Zimmer, a 5'10 senior from Fresno, and the libero, Paige Johnson, a 5'6 freshman from Murrieta, California. Head coach of the Lancers is Brandon Higa, the former Pepperdine player. He played at Pepperdine under legendary coach Marv Dunphy for 3 seasons, 1995 through 1997. So he comes home, he knows Pepperdine well. He actually, after graduating Pepperdine in 1998, worked in the administration office for 7 years. And then went on to be assistant coach at West Los Angeles JC, actually the head coach at West Los Angeles JC, assistant at LMU in the early 2000s, and assistant at Lipscomb in Nashville, Tennessee. And then Brandon, prior to coming to Cal Baptist, was an assistant coach at Mississippi State for 3 years. Our officials for this evening's first match, and it will be a busy 3 days, Troy Gravitt and Derwin Jordan. Waves will be moving left to right in their blue and white, and Cal Baptist in their gray, white, and blue. First ever meeting between these two schools, and the Waves, usually a good, strong serving team, and the ball tapped over. And the Waves on the attack, and with the kill, Allie O'Hara, a talented junior from Boise, Idaho. As there you see the Waves passing well and attacking in the middle. Waves come in as a team hitting .252. They've held their opponents to a .222 hitting percentage from the outside. It is Graff, the freshman, but it is blocked up front. Hames was there. For Cal Baptist, the Lancers come in offensively hitting .250, and their opponents .265. Those numbers are a little bit high. On the outside, the shot by Cassidy Dennison, the 5'9 sophomore from Huntington Beach, and her shot attempt missing. She comes in with 22 kills and hitting .152. Both these teams, and although it's early in the season, kind of trying to find themselves. On the backside, tapped over there, and dropping the ball in his Graff. A very talented first-year player from Adena, Minnesota. comes into the match hitting .329 from the outside with 33 kills. And the Waves have a 3-1 lead in set number 1. It is the best 3 out of 5. First 4 sets to 25. You must win by 2. Nice pass by Mahi, able to run it down. There is no ceiling. If it goes to a set 5, they'll play to 15. And again, you must win by 2. And there is no cap. On the outside, Dennison drops it over. Diving is Lishman, and there's Mahi. And then Hames, the freshman, off to a great start with 39 kills. Injuries certainly playing a part for both teams. Slow start. And there is Kaylee Hames with the put away. Hames hitting .265 and 39 kills. Came up with 37 digs last weekend as the Waves went 1-2 in Denton, Texas in the North Texas tournament. This is Hannah Lishman, who this past summer tried out for the U.S. national team and has made the top 28 players. She'll be representing the U.S. 4-year starter all-conference. 4-2 Pepperdine, set 1. Sydney Marks checks in. Marks, who led the Lancers last year with 117 blocks. She has 35 kills on the year to top the Lancer team while hitting .342. And the outside, Hames drives it and gets the put away. And Kaylee Hames, a top recruit, high school All-American, a top 45. In high school, she won 4 state championships, had better than 2,500 kills in her 4-year career, and both of her parents are volleyball coaches. And her sister, Nicklin, is an All-American center at Nebraska, one of the premier teams in the nation. Her mom played volleyball, Christine, at Oregon State, and was on the Aussie national team. And so Kaylee making a name for herself coming out to the West Coast, and terrific recruit for Scott Wong and his staff. Mai on the outside to Hames. The ball blocked back nicely by Marks, and a point for Cal Baptist. Pepperdine 5, Lancers 4. Other teams in this tournament, Texas A&M, as you see Dennison. And Fairfield, not a Fairfield, Connecticut. Service error, side out Pepperdine. 6-4 Waves. Pepperdine at home last year went 12-1. Their only loss at the time to the #1 ranked team in the nation, Brigham Young. Who ended up going to the Final Four last year. Tapped over there by Yenjitschuk, and the Waves able to drive it, kept in play. Dennison firing and gets the kill. Now we mentioned both teams kind of trying to find themselves. Lancers losing to Eastern Washington in a tournament the 3rd day in Moscow, Idaho. Graff had 12 kills, Marks had 14. However, the Lancers were out-aced at the service line 10-3. Ball handling, they struggled a bit. Service here, and the Waves will get the ball back. For Cal Baptist, it's going to be a quick turnaround. They've got to come back tomorrow morning and play at 10 a.m. against Fairfield. And then at 4 o'clock tomorrow, they'll take on Texas A&M. And we'll have every match throughout this tournament. Then the Waves at 6 p.m. taking on Fairfield. The block up front, Marks. Sydney Marks, 6-foot junior from Lodi, had 302 kills last year. Mentioned both teams fighting some injuries. Tessa Oaks, top offensive player for the Lancers with 408 kills last year in a first-team All-WAC selection. 5'11" junior from Riverside. Did not play last weekend and is not on the court today. Waves able to get the point. 8-6 Pepperdine. And this is Taya Mahi, transfer from Northern Iowa. She redshirted last year. 5'10" out of Cedar Falls, Iowa. He's also a top beach volleyball player. This is Marks again, but the Waves able to reject it. On the other side, this is Sester, the returning starter. Inside, Scully's shot attempt, no good. 8-7 Pepperdine. Shannon Scully, 36 kills, hitting .236 to start the season. Scully last year honorable mention all WCC at 207 kills. And she is a preseason all-conference selection. She's a transfer from Utah. Waves struggle but keep it and able to volley it over by Hames. On the back set, Zimmer setting, but the shot attempt is long, no good. On 9-7 Pepperdine, Shannon Scully, who played 1 year at Utah, is from Southern California in Huntington Beach, and her second season with the Waves. Zimmer, who was a second-team All-League performer in the WAC last year, the Waves able to get it over. Mahi finds Hames, who taps it over and scores. Kaylee Hames once again. Like that end zone shot, you get a chance to see what Shannon Scully's looking at across the court. 10-7 Pepperdine. And the jump floater goes long and side out back to Cal Baptist. Cal Baptist, located in Riverside, founded back in 1950. Private school with 10,500 students. And they are picked 4th in the Western Athletic Conference. It features 9 schools. Hames taps it over. And the Lancers keep it in play. Dennison with a push and able to get the points. Cassidy Dennison, we mentioned the Lancers without Tessa Oakes, who also led the team with 34 service aces and a first-team all-conference player. The Waves without Hannah Froling. She didn't play last week. First-team all-conference, top 20 selection out of Edmond, Oklahoma. She is day-to-day. Over the middle, and this is Yenjitschak, and the Waves blocking up front. Waves coming into this match, and they have usually been a good blocking team. Off to a slow start, they have been outblocked 57-39. But with Tara Wiley in the middle at 6'5", the redshirt senior, 3-time all-conference, firing away as Graff, and the Waves able to keep it in play. Hames, and covered back there by Johnstone, and the Waves block. Rachel Ahrens and Tara Wiley. And Wiley in 2015, and watch it again, the block was there. Wiley was the West Coast Conference Freshman of the Year. And a 3-time all-conference selection. She's a top 75 recruit coming out of Indianapolis, Indiana. Talked about Cal Baptist, their first 12 matches of the season all on the road. So they will be tested. Waves able to get it over. This is Hames setting Mahi on the backside. Ahrens with a smash hit. 13-9 Pepperdine. Last year, the Lancers, and they had a terrific year. They were 13-8 on the road. They went 21-11 overall, 9-7 in conference. They finished tied for 4th. And again, they are picked 4th once again in the WAC. Over the middle, this is Yenjitschak able to get the kill. 27 kills, hitting .364. A starter from last year, second on the team with 114 blocks. This is Hana Okuhara, a 5'9" sophomore from Pleasanton. For the most part, Cal Baptist will run a 6'2", and a service error. And the Lancers trailing 14-10. But in going 21-11 last season for Cal Baptist, more importantly, they were 7-1 in 5-set matches. The good teams managed to win those close contests as the Waves get an ace and lead 15-10 in the first set. And that can make or break you. It goes 7-1, it makes your season. A couple years ago, the Waves went 0-5, and you win a couple of those, you win 18-19 overall. It worked well for Cal Baptist. Mai on the backside, Wiley with the put away. Tara Wiley comes up big, and we get a timeout taken by Cal Baptist, and Pepperdine leading set 1, 16-10. Well, you're watching Wavecast on the WCC Network. Pepperdine Athletics would like to extend its thanks to the following businesses for their support this season: University Credit Union, Chick-fil-A, Thomas Hirsch DDS, Sharky's Wood-Fired Mexican Grill, Dukes of Malibu, Coca-Cola, The Parking Spot, Lycon Transportation Group, Warner Center Marriott, Malibu Chiropractic and Wellness Center, the Westside Doubletree by Hilton, Enterprise Rent-A-Car, Valley Electrical Services, and Spruzzo Restaurant and Bar. And Pepperdine Athletics would like to thank ASICS, the official outfitter of the Pepperdine University women's volleyball team. There you see Cal Baptist trying to bounce back. The Waves hitting .235 to start this match. 7 kills, 17 swings, and 3 attack errors. For Cal Baptist, minus .045, 4 kills, 22 attempts, and 5 attack errors. Serving the Waves an ace and 3 errors. Cal Baptist, no aces and 3 errors. Diggs 12-7 Pepperdine, and block 6-3 Pepperdine. Waves led by Kaylee Hames with 3 kills. Scott Wong in his 5th year, 69 wins and 55 losses. He was an assistant at Hawaii from 2010 through 2014 before coming to Pepperdine. He too was an also former Pepperdine player. As the Waves get another ace, 17-10. Scott Wong played at Pepperdine in the late 90s, early 2000s, graduated in 2001. He was a 3-time All-American, played beach volleyball professionally for 7 years. He was the head coach of the beach volleyball team in Hawaii from 2012 through 2014, and actually was an assistant coach with the Pepperdine men's volleyball team from 2005 through 2009. Still holds the school record with the career 807 digs. He's originally from Hawaii. And an ace for Cal Baptist, 17-12, Pepperdine in the first set. So the Waves, their next 6 at home. They have the A6 tournament the following weekend. All the matches will be streamed, and then the non-Pepperdine matches that will be presented by Flow Volleyball. There will be a minimal charge, but you'll be able to watch and listen as Hames gets a kill. 17-14 when they say it went out of bounds, no good, and Pepperdine wants a timeout. 17-14, Pepperdine with a 3-point lead in set number 1. While you're watching wavecasts of the WCC Network, make sure you like Pepperdine Women's Volleyball on social media. Follow Waves Volleyball on Twitter. On Facebook, go to facebook.com/Waves Volleyball and visit Pep Volley on Instagram. And on the internet, home of the Waves can be found at PepperdineWaves.com. News, schedule, scores, stats, and more can be found on the official athletics website. Pepperdine bench got a crowd of about maybe 200 or 300 on hand at Firestone Fieldhouse. Capacity is about 3,100. Pepperdine, a small school, private school. It sits along the Pacific Coast Highway. As there, you see the Pepperdine Director of Athletics, Steve Potts, enjoying himself. A little bit warm along the coast, about 82 degrees. Of course, in Riverside, well over 100. Pepperdine with around 7,500 students. Tuition better than $70,000. But that does include books, so it's not that bad. But you can see the Pacific Ocean. You can throw a stone and hit the Pacific Ocean right out the door here at Firestone Fieldhouse. It is a one-of-a-kind location. Wiley on the backside. Nice save back there by the Lancers and Okuhara. Waves again, another chance. This time Wiley gets a kill. School is in session, so a number of Pepperdine fans here. A great time of year. Women's volleyball, women's soccer, college football underway. And a service ace. Kaylee Hames comes up big. And timeout taken by Cal Baptist as the Waves up 19-14 in set number 1. Pepperdine, they are picked 3rd in the West Coast Conference behind Brigham Young and San Diego. Waves, who had a terrific season last year, 22-9. They finished in 2nd in a very strong West Coast Conference, going 14-4. That sent 5 schools to the NCAA tournament. And Brigham Young have been ranked number 1 all season long, they made it all the way to the semifinals before losing to the eventual national champion in Stanford. Brigham Young, San Diego, Pepperdine, LMU picked fourth. The Waves up 19-14 in their first set. As we mentioned, they won 12-1 at home last year and went to the NCAA tournament. They defeated Northern Iowa, then lost in the second round to Wisconsin. Meanwhile, Cal Baptist went to the Women's Volleyball Invitational Tournament, defeated Little Rock, and then lost to Tulane in round number 2. Keep in mind, Cal Baptist has been moving up the ranks. They're only in their second year. They have some fans across the way, some students. And their second year playing Division I volleyball. And in all sports, really. They're just starting out. They just built a brand new arena that will seat around 5,000 as the ball dropped over and a point for Cal Baptist. 19-15, Lancers get the ball back and down by 4. Njechuk will bring it in. He's a transfer from Regis University in Denver, Colorado. Her third year with the program. As Wiley with a tap over and gets it. Tara Wiley, such a presence, a terrific server. Wiley last year led the team hitting .341 and had 19 service aces. His honorable mention all conference last year. A service error, side out. Lancers will get it back. Pepperdine 20, Cal Baptist 16. As Christine Graff comes back in. Graff, whose dad, Rick, played football at the University of Wisconsin and played in the NFL for 9 years with Miami and Houston. And her sister, Catherine, plays volleyball at Bradley. Point for the Waves, 21-16. Christine was an all-state player at Dina High School and off to a terrific start. Lancers relatively young, as you see Taya Mahi, who's averaging almost 11 assists per set. A redshirt freshman, the transfer from Northern Iowa. Ball tapped over by Sester. Waves cover from the outside. Ahrens with the smash hit. Rachel Ahrens. Had some injuries at the end of last season, but when she is healthy, she is as good a player as the Waves have. A preseason all-conference. She was on the all-freshman team last year and hit .322 from the outside. Sester with a put away. Sester 377 kills last year. She was on the all-freshman team in the Western Athletic Conference that has 9 schools. This year, New Mexico State is picked to win the Western Athletic Conference, followed by Utah Valley and Kansas City. And then the Lancers number 4. As he is driving the ball, Scully. And the ball volleyed over by Cal Baptist. Waves, Ahrens, knocked down by Marks. Nice defensive effort by Sydney Marks. 22-18, Pepperdine. This is Paige Johnstone, the freshman. Bringing into play over the middle. It is Allie O'Hara. It would appear when you look at Cal Baptist, and you know, most teams like to go outside, or actually inside out. Always going with the outside hitters, the opposites. Usually get about 70% of the points. But for Cal Baptist, it would appear they're going inside out. Inside is their first option with Jenjachuk and Marks. Marks leading the team with 35 kills, hitting .342. Jenjachuk with hitting .364 with 27 kills. See that more and more, going inside as your first option. The middle is the quick attack. On the backside, Ahrens off the blocks and able to score. Rachel Ahrens, Dennison, along with Jenjachuk defending. Set point for the Waves, 24-19. Anna Lishman, Kailua, Hawaii. On the U.S. national team, 28-player roster, good jump floater. Over the middle, Yenjichuk knocked back by Lishman. Set outside, Graff firing off the hands of Wiley and Hames. Christine Graff comes up big once again. Set point number 2 for the Waves, 24-18 Pepperdine. And Okuhara comes in from Monte Vista High School in Pleasanton. Okuhara with the floater. Mai over the middle of Wiley. Her shot attempt no good. Attack air. Set point number 3. 24-21 Pepperdine. And we talked about college football, women's soccer, women's volleyball. There's a lot going on. The baseball race is winding down. How about the U.S. Open in tennis? Has that been something? Lancers on the attack. Hames gets a touch. Hames gets it back and drives it. And controlled by the Lancers. Dennison taps it over. Mai on the back set. Aarons fires and scores, and Pepperdine wins. Pepperdine 25, Cal Baptist 21, and the Waves go up 1-0 to begin this match as the teams will change sides, and we will get ready for set number 2 as they will mop things up, and they're the Pepperdine students on hand. We'll tell you the Waves ended up hitting 258 in set 1, 14 kills, 31 attempts, 6 attack airs. Cal Baptist just 094, 8 kills, 32 swings, and 5 attack airs. We will take a quick break. We'll get ready for set number 2. Waves up 1-0. You're watching Wavecast on the WCC Network.
The vastness of the unknown. We're drawn to it every day. It compels us, pulls us in, transforms us. Its mysteries call to us to seek truth, wisdom, and love in all we do. The journey isn't easy as we search for new direction and immerse ourselves in bold pursuits. But we follow a new way, a different way, a third way. At the crossroads of faith and reason, scholarship and culture, mind and soul, we choose an uncommon path, one of goodness, kindness, justice, and love for one another. This is our way.
Pepperdine crowd settling back in. The Lancers have brought some fans from Riverside, about 45 miles east of downtown Los Angeles. The Waves winning the first set, 25-21. Glad you could be with us on this Thursday night. A busy day tomorrow. Cal Baptist will play at 10 a.m. against Fairfield. We'll have a live broadcast on Flow Volleyball, and then the Lancers come right back at 4 p.m. and take on Texas A&M. Pepperdine will battle Fairfield at 6 p.m. There's no charge for the Pepperdine broadcast, but there is for the other 3 matches. The Lancers, who had 2 aces, 3 airs. Pepperdine 3 aces, 5 airs. There were no ties, no lead changes. Blocking 6-5 Pepperdine, did 17-11 Pepperdine. Allie O'Hara with 4 kills, Rachel Aarons with 4 leading Pepperdine, Kaylee Hames at 3. For Cal Baptist, 4 kills for Cassidy Dennison. And Taya Mai came up with 13 assists and 4 digs. As we begin set number 2, our officials for this evening's match. Derwin Jordan, he is the up official, and Troy Gravitt is the down official. For the Waves, the outside hitters of Hames, Scully, and Aarons. The middles are O'Hara and Wiley. Monty is the center, and Otto Lishman is the libero. For the Lancers, Marks and Yenjichuk are in the middle. As the Waves attack, and it is Rachel Aarons with the kill. Nicole Abreu is the libero. Sester, along with Graff and Dennison on the outside. And Zimmer is the starting setter, averaging 5.25 assist percent. But again, the Lancers running a 6-2. At least they did in their first 3 matches. Sester drops it over. Waves get a couple of touches and volley it back. Tapped over there by Zimmer, and the surprise the Waves. A good placement, and Cal Baptist gets the point. Number 1 in the country this week is Stanford, followed by Nebraska. Texas ranks number 3, Wisconsin 4th, and Illinois 5th. The Big Ten well represented. Waves were getting some vote early on, but they stumbled last weekend, going 1-2. Lost a couple of 5-set matches, so they dropped out of the voting, but this may very well be a top 25 team when it's all said and done. Pittsburgh ranked number 10, Brigham Young out of the West Coast Conference number 13. Waves on the offense, and Wiley on the backside goes cross court. And getting a touch and unable to come up with it is Graff, with a terrific effort by Christine Graff. 3-1 Pepperdine, set 2. BYU out of the West Coast Conference 13, San Diego ranked number 25, Utah number 19, and Cal Poly SLO number 33. The reason we bring up as over the middle, it is Yenjichuk with the put away. The reason we bring up Pittsburgh, Utah, and Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, because they are all here next weekend in the A6 Classic. Friday and Saturday. Pittsburgh ranked 10th, Utah 19th, Cal Poly out of the Big West, number 33. And then you have Pepperdine. Waves get the point, 5-1 Pepperdine. A couple of back-to-back weekends in Malibu. A little bit humid along the coast, as we mentioned, about 80 degrees plus, a service ace. Waves last year were outstanding at the service line. With a timeout taken by the Lancers, down 6-1 in the second set. They come in 0-3, looking for their first win. Coached by Brandon Egan, now in his 8th season. And Pepperdine 1-2, coached by Scott Wong, now in his 5th year. So far, one tie in this second set. Waves now hitting 343 for the match. And the second set, Pepperdine is perfect. 4 kills, 4 attack attempts, and no errors. And for Cal Baptist, they're hitting 333, 1 kill, 3 attempts, and no errors. Serving. And now rolling out, we mentioned the Waves were a terrific serving team last year. They outaced their opponents 175 to 107. They dominated teams at the service line. They were an excellent ball handling team and blocking team. For the Lancers, they were a very solid serving team last season. 172 aces, their opponents 143. Good ball handling team and a strong blocking team. Their strength certainly would appear to be in the middle, with Marks and Yenjichuk. We'll see Cal Baptist and Fairfield at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Fairfield all the way from Fairfield, Connecticut. Pretty good team, I might add. Picked second in the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference. 6-1 Pepperdine second set. Waves won the first set. 25-21. Service errors 6-2. Waves though with 5 aces, 6 errors. And California Baptist 2 aces and 3 errors. The Lancers get the ball back. Sydney Marks returns. Okahara bring it into play as the Lancers Moving left to right in set number 2 in their gray, white, and blue. Wiley fires cross court. It goes up into the rafters. Sester volleys it over. Wiley with a push. Diving Okahara. All sent over once again by Abreu, and then Hames with a smash hit. Candy Hames from the outside. Terrific freshman. Watch it again, going cross court. As Abreu, who set a Cal Baptist record last year with 580 digs. Pretty impressive. 6-foot senior from Lima, Peru. Over the middle. And Sydney Marks. Pepperdine 7, Cal Baptist 3. First ever meeting between the two schools. So the Lancers, Elizabeth Gilly to serve. 5'11" senior from Dallas, Texas. Lancers this year have been out-aced 23-14 coming into this match. And again, 10-3 against Eastern Washington on Saturday. Marks drives it. Waves cover. Ames again with the hit. Controlled by Cal Baptist. Dennison shot attempt is long and out of bounds. Got a good look. Cassidy Dennison, who pretty much was a defensive specialist last year. Both teams having some injuries. Dennison's been called in to be more of an offensive player. Got 237 digs last year, 29 aces, but only 15 kills, and already she has 22. Ace for the Waves, 9-3 Pepperdine. Watch Wiley able to get the strong jump serve. Tara at 6'5". West Coast Conference Freshman of the Year in 2015. Used to have a jump floater, but she's got now the strong jump serve. Mahi goes outside. Scully hammers it. Abreu setting Marks, who drives it, able to score. Sydney Marks. And both teams have a nice balance of experience and youth. As Ellie Boss comes in, 6'2" sophomore from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And 343 on the year with 14 kills. Good floater serve. Yinjit shot, and with the put away, Ali O'Hara. Pepperdine 10, Lancers 4. Serving number 5, Taya Mahi. Taya Mahi to bring it into play. The transfer from Northern Iowa, where the Waves played last year in the NCAA tournament and beat them. Capped over by Marks. Here comes to Scully with a smash hit. Shannon Scully. Scully playing 236 on the year with 36 kills. 6'2" junior out of Huntington Beach, and there you see Taya Mahi. 11-4 Pepperdine off to a strong start, and set number 2 trying to build off that first set win. Sydney Marks, the shot long and out of bounds. 12-4 Pepperdine. This year, they have installed cameras for video challenges for the first time. Each team will get 3 in regulation. Boss taps it over, rejected by Pepperdine. It's good to see the game progressing. Shot attempt no good. The Lancers timeout. The Waves up 13-4 in set number 2. The Waves up 1-0. Now you're watching Wavecast on the WCC Network. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast Pep Talk, which features interviews with the coaches, student athletes, administrators, and alums that make Pepperdine so great. You can find it on any podcasting app or at PepperdineWaves.com. This week's guest is Chris Dilworth from the water polo team. Roger Horn is your host, so certainly enjoy that. Quite interesting, revealing on the podcast Pep Talk. And Pepperdine student athletes compete with purpose. Athletics department is committed to Christian values, to the academic well-being of our student athletes, and to competing for championships. Get to know our student athletes on the Competing with Purpose blog, located at PepperdineWaves.com. On the sidelines, the Lancers come out trying to get energized. Down 13-4 in set number 2. Our director-producer today is Olivia Arns. We hope you enjoyed this weekend's Wavecasts. Pepperdine coming down to the huddle. Waves down at 3:49 for the match. California Baptist 068. Second set, Pepperdine has not committed an attack error in 12 swings, hitting .583. In the second set, the Lancers hitting 0-0-0, 12 swings, 3 kills, 3 attack errors. Kaylee Hames with 6 kills, topping Pepperdine. Allie O'Hara with 5, 5 for Rachel Aarons. 13-5 Pepperdine. As the Lancers get the ball back, and this is Natalie Zimmer, the 5'10 senior from Fresno. The setter, second team all-conference. What a rip, Allie O'Hara. Watch it again, the power of the quick attack by Pepperdine. I might take a look, but Waves serving Shannon Scully. In her freshman season in Utah, she actually led the Utes in service aces with 25. Tapped over by Graff, able to get the score. Christine Graff comes up with a point. This is Cassidy Dennison. Outside hitter to bring it into play. Brandon Higa played 3 years under Marv Dunphy in the mid-1990s. Aarons with a smash hit, goes long and no good. 14-7 Waves. Brandon Higa, before coming to Pepperdine, played junior college volleyball at Pierce JC. And in 1994, Brandon was the California JC State Player of the Year as they jousted the net. And the ball sent over by O'Hara. Pepperdine, a very balanced team, have a lot of weapons. There you see it once again. And O'Hara was so improved last year, had such a great season. The 221, but led the team with 90 blocks, 87 kills. This is Lishman with the floater. Zimmer over the middle, Voss with the hit and able to score. Ellie Voss. 15-8 Pepperdine. There's Yenje Chuck back in, and this is Nicole Abreu. I got Zimmer, a senior, Abreu, a senior, Marks, a junior, Yenje Chuck's a senior. Tessa Oaks, their top offensive player, is a junior. Service ace. We mentioned the Lancers were a very good serving team last year. They're off to a bit of a slow start, but again, it's so early in the season. In that Western Athletic Conference, 9 schools, and we mentioned the Lancers will pick 4th. Aaron's knocked down by Yenje Chuck and Megan Sester. Big defensive block, and Pepperdine wants a timeout. Waves still have the lead at 15-10. In set number 2, the Waves up 1-0. They won the first set 25-21. But in that Western Athletic Conference, look at the Pepperdine bench. You have Cal Baptist, Seattle, Texas Rio Grande won the regular season last year. New Mexico State, Kansas City, Utah Valley, Cal State Bakersfield, Grand Canyon, and Chicago State. However, Cal State Bakersfield will leave the Western Athletic Conference on July 1st, 2020. The WAC will go to 8 schools. I'm sure they have a contingency plan with bringing another school. Yeah, there's Willie the Wave, mascot of Pepperdine. He's enjoying himself. And pretty good crowd on this Thursday evening. You figure most of these students will be out at the beach along the Pacific Coast Highway. 7,500 students and growing here at Pepperdine. Waves women's volleyball always a big success. 11 conference titles, 23 NCAA appearances. They made it last year, went to the second round. Of course, the legendary coach Nina Matthews, some 30 years headed up indoor volleyball and 7 years of beach volleyball. Waves get the point. net against Cal Baptist, 16-10 Pepperdine. And this is Rachel Ahrens, as good a second-year player as there is on the West Coast, and gets an ace. Ahrens last year, 13 service aces. She was on the all-freshman team last year. She's a preseason all-conference selection. 17-10 Waves. Zimmer on the backside, Graff who fires. Waves get it over. Over the middle, Wiley diving to Breu. Lancers again, Sester goes cross court. Great save by Lishman. And the Waves volley it back. Lancers one more time, Graff knocked down O'Hara. Make it Hames and Wiley. Terrific rally by both sides. Watch it again. And there's Hames and Wiley able to come up with the point in the block. 18-10 Pepperdine. Jump serve that goes long. Side out Cal Baptist. Cal Baptist, unfortunately, dropped their men's volleyball program. Waves great success on the men's side. 5 national titles. We mentioned that Brandon Higa was part of the men's volleyball program and played for the legendary Marv Dunphy, who won 5 national titles over 600 matches. Hames again with the score. 19-11 Pepperdine. So the Waves have had great success on the men's side when it comes to volleyball and continue to do so. They won the MPSF last year, but a couple of years ago, as Cal Baptist moved up from NAIA Division II to Division I, we're in the MPSF for a couple of years, and then a couple of years ago they decided to drop the sport. And unexpectedly, and the MPSF then was down to 5 as Hames drives it and will get the point. Hames. Pepperdine 20, Lancers 11. The Lancers, who had won 8 NAIA national titles. And they were competitive in Division II and Division I. Of course, you're playing the best of the best. When Cal Baptist was in the league, as the Waves get the point, there were about 12 or 13 schools in the MPSF. And then the Big West took 6 schools, branched out to their own conference. And when Cal Baptist dropped the sport and led the MPSF with just 5, they need at least 6 to be involved in the NCAAs. And then Grand Canyon and Concordia of Irvine, a Division II school, came into the MPSF getting 7 schools. But it was somewhat of a surprise when Cal Baptist dropped their men's volleyball program. 21-12 Waves, second set. They're up 1-0. Elizabeth Gilly with the serve, the quick hitter by Mahi. Taya Mahi, we mentioned a top beach volleyball player, and Taya would like to become a volleyball coach one day. Her parents own a volleyball club, and her dad, Kalani's a former head coach at the University of Oklahoma, also assisted at Illinois, Bradley, and Northern Iowa. The redshirt freshman making an impact when the Waves looked at this season, and they had all the parts to be of a great success. Again, picked 3rd in the strong WCC, but the big question mark was the setter. They lose Blossom Sato, who was an all-conference setter last year. Service ace by Yenzichuk, 22-14 Pepperdine. For the Waves, Tara Hiddle, Lindsey Berg, and Blossom Sato are the assistant coaches. All in their first year. Nice block by Dennison and Boss. Waves again, back row. Hames with the kill. Waves running the back row attack with Kaylee Hames, a terrific athlete. Isabel Zelaya, 6-foot freshman out of Tomball, Texas. Concordia Lutheran High School. Gets some playing time. 23-14 Waves. The long weekend ahead. The bench becomes strong with Dennison with the kill. Zelaya with the serve. Waves also have Madison Shields, a defensive specialist, 5'7" sophomore from El Dorado Hills, California. 23-15 Waves trying to go up 2-0 in this opening match of the Pepperdine Invitational Tournament. On the backside, Scully cross court. Nice set by the freshman, Isabel Zelaya. This is Shannon Scully. Set point number 1 for Pepperdine. 24-15 with a jump floater. Cross court set to Dennison. Waves will get a great look over the middle. O'Hara and just missed it. It was almost too good. Set point number 2, 24-16 Pepperdine. And Dennison to bring it into play. For the Lancers, I would think they're going to use their bench quite a bit. They're going to come back tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. against Fairfield. Cross court set. Let's see if we're going to get double contact. Point for Lancers, set point number 3, 24-17. And there you see Cassidy Dennison with a floater. Over the middle, O'Hara with the tap, knocked back by Voss. Waves again, back row Scully. Able to make the hit. Voss hits and will not be able to get it over. And Pepperdine wins 25-17. But the Waves take a 2-0 lead, winning 25-21 and 25-17 as the teams change sides and we'll get ready for set number 3. The Waves for the match hitting .360, 30 kills, 60 attempts, and 9 attack errors for Cal Baptist, own 93. And they come into the match hitting .250, 14 kills, 54 attempts, and 9 attack errors. Blocking 8-7 Pepperdine, Diggs 28-19 Waves. Serving the Waves with 8 aces, just 10 errors, and Cal Baptist 4 aces and 3 errors. We will take a quick break. We'll get ready for set number 3. The crowd looking for a sweep on this opening match in the Pepperdine tournament. We'll be back. You're watching Wavecast on the WCC Network. A little bit of YMCA and the crowd enjoying themselves on a Pepperdine students back from the Labor Day vacation as we get ready for set number 3. The Waves in a strong 350. Cal Baptist 093. Pepperdine led by the freshman Kaylee Hames with 10 kills, hitting .421. And she also has 8 digs. 7 kills for Allie O'Hara, 5 for Rachel Aarons, and 4 for Tara Wiley. And Taya Mahi with 23 assists. Hannah Lishman with 6 digs. For Cal Baptist, Cassidy Dennison, their top scorer, with 5 kills. And we get ready for set number 3. Waves last year had 12 shutouts. They were shut out 5 times for Cal Baptist. They were shut out just 3 times last year en route to 21 wins, and they recorded 5 shutouts. Waves with Hames, Scully, and Aaron's on the outside. O'Hara, Wiley in the middle. Mahi is the center, and Lishman is the libero. Cal Baptist. They will start Elizabeth Chili, defensive specialist. Ellie Boss, an outside hitter. Abreu, the libero. The center, Zimmer. Grappa's an outside hitter, along with Dennison. Cal Baptist looking for a little more ball handling in set number 3. Zimmer finds Boss, he taps it over. Pepperdine's O'Hara able to score. So the Waves have won the first set, 25-21. Set number 2, 25-17. This is Shannon Scully for bringing into play. The Waves in their white and blue. And for the Lancers in their white, gray, and blue. Waves are moving left to right in set number 3. And this is Nicole Abreu, the service here. Waves serving 8 aces and 10 errors. Cal Baptist, 4 aces and 3 errors. Both those numbers outstanding aces to error ratio. That's for sure. When you talk with coaches, they will say that 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 aces to errors is a very good ratio. If you have 3 aces and say you have 6 errors or 9 errors, those are good numbers. Will give you a great chance to win. You get high numbers, say you get 1 ace and 10 errors, you're going to struggle just a bit, giving points away. Lishman serving. 3-1 Pepperdine, third set, trying for the sweep on this first day of the Pepperdine tournament. Hames able to drop it in. Kaylee Hames, the thing about Kaylee that we have noticed, doesn't make mistakes, and we're a freshman making the jump from high school to college. Division I is a big one. And she has started off great to begin her college career. Zimmer runs it down, Dennison with the hit. Mahi to Lishman, back to Aarons, who pounds it. Zimmer runs it down to Graff, who hits it over and able to score. Christine Graff. Her dad, Rick, played football at the University of Wisconsin. And played in the NFL for 9 years, Miami and Houston. Her sister, Catherine, volleyball Bradley. A good recruit for Brandon Higa. Lancers 0-3, Waves 1-2. On the backside, tapped over by Aarons. The ball apparently hitting the pole and out of bounds. Waves 4, Lancers 3. First ever meeting between the two schools, and for Cal Baptist, their first 12 matches of the year, all on the road. Not an easy start. Over the middle, Wiley hammers it. Nice save by Abreu. And volleyed over by the Lancers. Over the middle, Wiley able to get the point. And they get Tara Wiley with the point. Waves attacking in the middle. 5-3 Pepperdine. And there's Rachel Aarons. All freshman WCC last year. Tapped over there by Marks. Waves pinball and then sent over by Mahi. Nice save back there by Gilly, the defensive specialist. Again, it is Mahi. Just a nice read by the freshman setter. Aarons again at the service line. Pepperdine 6, Cal Baptist 3. Scott Wong in his 5th year as head coach of the Waves. Former Pepperdine All-American. Graduated in 2001. A terrific job of Pepperdine. Dennison's hit, and it did hit the pole. It's just out of bounds. 7-3 Pepperdine. Brandon Egan now in his 8th season. Spent 7 years in the Pepperdine administration office. And he knows his way around Malibu. He is originally from Lancaster, California. When the Lancers were playing Division II volleyball in the Pac West in 2017, Brandon's team went 29-1, so he captured the conference title, and he was the Pac West Coach of the Year and Region Coach of the Year. This is Mahi's shot attempt, no good. The one thing when your setter becomes more offensive-minded, defense has to shadow her, and it does take away from the outside by the opponent. Hames blocked back. Yenjachuk comes up big. Pepperdine 7, Lancers 6. Baptist located in Riverside. A lot cooler along the coast. This Wiley knocked back there by Sester, along with Yenjachuk. This is Hames again. He just makes plays. Terrific young player, Kaylee Hames. And she will be at the service line. 8-6, Pepperdine. With the floater. Over the middle, this was Oklahoma. And the Waves knock it down. 9-6 Waves. One or two more points. I think Cal Baptist's got to take a timeout. Down 2-0. They're looking for their first shutout of the year on the backside. Marks able to get the kill. Sydney Marks. 302 kills last year at 317. Led the Lancers with 117 blocks. 6-foot junior from Lodi, California. And only the second year for Cal Baptist playing Division I volleyball. Wiley from the back set. And able to get the kill. 10-7 Waves. Scott Wong with Tara Hiddle and Lindsey Berg and Blossom Sato as his assistants, all in their first year. This is Wiley to bring it into play. A strong jump serve. This is Sester firing. Great save by Hames. And the Waves cannot get it over. 10-8 Pepperdine. Zimmer back in. Grapp also in for Cal Baptist. And here's Zimmer, who averaged 10.44 assists per set last year. And she is an offensive threat. She had 64 kills in 2018 and 19 service aces. Second team all whack. This is Scully off the blocks. Pepperdine 11, Lancers 8. Taya Mahi. Certainly in men's volleyball, Cal Baptist and Pepperdine have met a number of times. They've met in basketball as well. Sester gets the point. Either school feels football. Waves actually dropped football in 1960. Pepperdine founded in 1937. Actually only moved to the Malibu campus in the mid-1960s. In the late 1960s, they were actually just outside of downtown in Vermont, I believe 79th. What a change. In Malibu, you've got the rich and famous 11-10 Pepperdine. Let's see, well, Lady Gaga lives in Malibu. Pamela Anderson, Jim Carrey, Linda Hamilton, just to name a few. It's quite an area. Myself, no, I do not live in Malibu. A little too pricey. Shannon Scully, 12-10 Waves. Waves captured set 1, 25-21, set 2, 25-17. Waves pretty much have led throughout this match. Here comes the Dennison who volleys it over. Hames again with the put away. Boy, she just executes. And 13-10 Waves, and Shannon Scully, the transfer from Utah. Played 1 year with the Utes, now in her second season with Pepperdine. Zimmer, and the drive shot, no good by Grapp. Attack air. And Cal Baptist wants a timeout. 14-10 Pepperdine. In set number 3 as the Waves look to sweep on this opening day of the Pepperdine Invitational Tournament. Tomorrow, Cal Baptist taking on Fairfield at 10 a.m. Then at 4 p.m., Cal Baptist and Texas A&M. And then at 6 o'clock, Pepperdine and Fairfield will have all 3 matches the non-Pepperdine matches, there is a minimal charge, but you'll be able to watch the match and listen as well. While you're watching Wavecast on the WCC Network, Pepperdine Athletics would like to extend its thanks to the following businesses for their support this season: University Credit Union, Chick-fil-A, Thomas Hirsch DDS, Sharky's Wood-Fired Mexican Grill, Dukes of Malibu, Coca-Cola, The Parking Spot, Plycon Transportation Group, Warner Center Marriott, Malibu Chiropractic and Wellness Center, the Westside Doubletree by Hilton, Enterprise Rent-A-Car, Valley Electrical Services, and Spruzzo Restaurant and Bar. And Pepperdine Athletics would like to thank A6, the official outfitter of the Pepperdine University women's volleyball team. And on the internet, Home of the Waves can be found at PepperdineWaves.com. News, schedule, scores, stats, and more can be found on the official athletics website. For the match, the Waves setting a strong 355, 39 kills, 76 attempts, just 12 attack errors. Cal Baptist just 074, 18 kills, 68 attempts, 13 attack errors. Waves on the offensive. Aarons with the hit. Abreu is there. Over the middle, Voss, Lishman to cover. Back to Hames, change of pace. And Cal Baptist on the offensive, Dennison drives it. Waves have it again, Hames volleys it over. Zimmer outside, Dennison with a hammer shot. Well done by both teams. And Cassidy Dennison comes up big. 14-11, Pepperdine. Waves led by Kaylee Hames, 13 kills and 8 digs. And Kaylee's hitting .435, 23 swings, and just 3 attack errors. And for a freshman, that's outstanding. Aarons with a rip. Covered there by Zimmer. The Graff who hits it over. Scully gets a touch. It comes to Aarons who sends it back. On the back set, Graff with the hit. The shot is long, no good, and point for Pepperdine. Waves also getting scoring from Allie O'Hara with 8. 6 for Tara Wiley. For Cal Baptist, 5 kills for Cassidy Dennison and 4 for Christine Graff. We're going to get a challenge on a touch. It's the first time we have seen that. Great to see. Pepperdine, they've added a number of cameras. So it has to be definitive. And so the officials will come over. The initial call was no good. So 15-11 the score. The challenge is coming from Cal Baptist. So 3 challenges per match. We'll see what the officials. Again, it has to be definitive. We do not have a look and have that camera angle. As you see Cal Baptist huddled down 2-0. 15-11. Is there enough to overturn it? Now you're watching Wavecast on the WCC Network. Pepperdine student athletes compete with purpose. The athletics department is committed to Christian values, to the academic well-being of our student athletes, and to competing for championships. Get to know our student athletes on the Competing with Purpose blog, located at PepperdineWaves.com. And you see the officials taking a look. And telestrator and trying to get a look. Slow motion, still. It does slow things down a bit. And the longer they keep looking, just a little more difficult to make a decision as they continue. Again, it has to be conclusive to overturn it. And there you see the official, Troy Gravitt, taking a look. He has not called over Derwin Jordan, the up official. Really relied on one official, which is somewhat unusual. And still looking at the monitor as the crowd waits patiently. there should be some kind of a time limit, I think, but there is not. But I think they should put it in. If you can't tell by now, then I don't think that you're going to be able to tell at all. The feeling is it takes about a minute or a minute and a half to get the call, but this has been a lot longer than that. So the call will stand. Point stands in Pepperdine with a 15-11 lead. Had a good long look. And so if you're a coach, you can't ask for much more than that. Arnold Lishman with the floater. Gilly sets Dennison, who drops it over. Diving save by Skelly. Hames drives it. On the back set, Graff with a tap. And the Waves cannot get it. And the point for the Lancers. Cal Baptist here tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. You're probably going to be able to hear a pin drop tomorrow at 10. School will be in session. There won't be many people here. People are working, but a few will come in and out. The true fans is a service here. 16-12 Pepperdine. And maybe at 4 o'clock when Cal Baptist takes on Texas A&M. Should have a pretty good, decent crowd. And tomorrow night, Pepperdine Fairfield at 6 p.m. We'll continue on Saturday. The Lancers struggle on their pass. You talk to coaches, they will tell you 2 things that you need to do well to have a lot of success in volleyball. And that is to serve and receive. And so they encompass a lot of things. Aarons with a jump serve. 17-12 Waves. This is Marks, hammers it. Waves able to get it over. And there is Kaylee Hayden once again. She's so disciplined and just has a great court presence from what we have seen. And timeout Cal Baptist. 18-12 Pepperdine Waves looking for the sweep. Well, I mentioned serving and receiving. They encompass a lot of things. If you serve well, put a lot of pressure on the defense. Make it difficult to get a good look offensively, and if you receive well, then you've got good passing, you set your offense, and you get high percentage shots. And the Waves have served very well today. They have 9 aces and 12 airs. Cal Baptist actually served pretty well. 5 aces and 5 airs. Pepperdine hitting a strong 341. Cal Baptist just 0-78. Blocking 10-9 Pepperdine. Diggs 40-27 Pepperdine. Waves led by Kaylee Haynes with 14 kills. She's hitting .423 on 26 attempts and 3 attack airs and 9 digs and 2 blocks. Taya Mahi with 29 assists and 7 digs. Anna Lishman with 8 digs. Tara Wiley 6 kills, hitting .385. You see Cal Baptist breaking the huddle. Leading scorer for Cal Baptist. Cassidy Dennison was 6 and Christine Graff for 5. 18-12 Pepperdine. Now you're watching Wavecast on the WCC Network. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast Pep Talk, which features interviews with the coaches, student athletes, administrators, and alums. They make Pepperdine so great. It's the Sames getting a touch. Wiley's hit. All sent back by the Lancers. Haynes again drives it. Abreu back there defending. Dennison with a hammer shot. 18-13 Pepperdine. Again, the podcast Pep Talk. You can find it on any podcasting app or PepperdineWaves.com. From the water polo team, Chris Dilworth is Roger Horn's guest. Our director-producer today, Olivia Arns. It will be a busy weekend. Service air. 19-13 Pepperdine. And Kaylee Haynes, the 6-foot freshman from Maryville, Tennessee. With a strong floater serve, great location. Marks hammers it. Volley back by Pepperdine. Back row, Dennison firing. Nice save by Hames. But we're going to get a double contact against Pepperdine and a point to Cal Baptist. Now the Lancers looking for their first win. Playing up in Moscow, Idaho. And 3 tournament matches. The quick hitter, Mahi. 2014 Pepperdine, Tara Wiley. Mahi, just a nice read, saw the open court in the middle. And at 5'10", she sees the floor extremely well. An athletic freshman setter. Taya Mahi. Okahara sets marks with the hit. Pepperdine outside Scully. Able to get the kill. Pepperdine 21, Cal Baptist 14. Make sure you like Pepperdine Women's Volleyball on social media. Follow Waves Volleyball on Twitter and Facebook. Go to facebook.com/Waves Volleyball and visit Pep Volley on Instagram. Service error. And the Lancers get it back, and Nicole Zimmer. 21-15. And Cal Baptist down by 6 in this third set. They play Fairfield tomorrow. Fairfield will have the only winning record in this tournament at 2-1. Texas A&M comes in 1-1. The Waves looking for their first or second win of the season. They're back to 500. Hames from the back row. The shot no good. No point for Cal Baptist. Lancers trailing 21-16. Program that went to the Women's Volleyball Invitational Tournament last year. Won a first-round match against Little Rock and then lost to Tulane. But just to get to postseason in your first year in Division I volleyball. 22-16 Pepperdine. There will be a Taya Mai and a redshirt freshman. Zimmer, the grab. And the shot attempt was long and out of bounds. 23-16 Waves. Trying to get their first shutout of the year. The Lancers have already been swept once this season. They also lost a 5-set match. It was on Saturday. Zimmer has to run it down. Dennison with the hit. And you're playing a Pepperdine team that started the year preseason ranked number 30 and picked third in the West Coast Conference. Attack error. Point to Cal Baptist. Gilly comes in, 23-17. Elizabeth Gilly at the service line. The floater, good serve. The Waves struggle, but Hames cannot get it over. Just a good ball movement on that floater. Excellent placement. A knuckleball in baseball, 23-18. You see Gilly. And the jump float, a lot of ball movement. This is Aarons, finds Scully to volley it over. Outside, Dennison off the blocks. Cassidy Dennison. 23-19 Waves. And head coach Scott Wong wants to take a timeout as the Lancers trying to come back in the third set, down 2-0. Pepperdine winning 25-21 and 25-17. You see the Pepperdine bench. Things have played pretty well, hitting 308. Cooled off here in set 3, down to 226. And for Cal Baptist, now hitting 081. There have been only 2 ties and no lead changes throughout this match. Waves really much taking control right from the start. Not a bad crowd, 2,300 on hand at Firestone Fieldhouse. A bright, sunshiny, humid Thursday afternoon as you see Scott Wong and the Pepperdine Waves in their white and blue. Pepperdine students enjoying this one so far. Let's see if the Lancers, can they rally? Elizabeth Gilley, the senior, 5'11" from Dallas, Texas. Waves will play tomorrow night, 6 p.m. against Fairfield. The Cal Baptist, a doubleheader schedule, 10-4. This is Aarons with a kill. And match point number 1 for Pepperdine, 24-19. And Shannon Scully to serve. The students on their feet. And a floater, Zimmer, outside to Dennison, drops it over. Pepperdine again, out to Aarons, who fires. Great block by Voss. Back to Aarons with a smash hit. Covered there by Cal Baptist, tapped over by Greff. Diving is Lishman, she got it. It comes back to the Lancers. The ball is hit, and we'll see. Mishandling the ball against Pepperdine. Point for the Lancers. What a rally. Match point number 2 for Pepperdine. And Nicole Abreu to serve for the Lancers. 24-20. Abreu with a floater. And the Waves on the back set to Aarons. And that's it. Rachel Aarons with the kill. And Pepperdine wins. Pepperdine winning 25-21, 25-17, and 25-20. Teams will congratulate each other. The Waves go to 2-2, 1-0 in this tournament. The Lancers now 0-4 and 0-1 in tournament play. We got some quick stats and wrap things up. The Lancers back on the court tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. against Fairfield out of Fairfield, Connecticut. And Pepperdine, they'll enjoy the day until 6 p.m. when they take on Fairfield as well. There you see the scores once again. A good win for Pepperdine. So they've won back-to-back matches. With the Waves, they end up hitting 312, 45 kills, 96 attempts, and 15 attack errors. For Cal Baptist, 090, 23 kills, 89 attempts, 15 attack errors. Serving the Waves with 9 aces, 13 errors. Cal Baptist with 5 aces, 6 errors. Blocking 10-9 Pepperdine Diggs, 48-31 Waves. Pepperdine led by Kaylee Hames with 14 kills. She also had 12 digs and 2 blocks. 9 kills for Allie O'Hara. Rachel Aarons with 7, Tara Wiley 6, Shannon Scully with 6. Taya 33 assists and 9 digs. 9 digs for Hannah Lishman. For Cal Baptist, leading scorer Cassidy Dennison with 8. Christine Graff was 6. And those are the top scorers for Cal Baptist. The Waves won it. Our next broadcast will be tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. when it will feature Cal Baptist and Fairfield. Again, it is a pay-per-view, so a minimal charge. You'll be able to watch if you're a Cal Baptist fan at 10 a.m. Cal Baptist and Fairfield. For the Waves, they'll play tomorrow night at 6 p.m. against Fairfield. And at 4 p.m., Cal Baptist again will be on the court against Texas A&M. Once again, the final score, Pepperdine 3, Cal Baptist 0. The Waves go to 2-2. Cal Baptist falls to 0-4. This is the first ever meeting between the two schools. That does wrap it up. Some people to thank. Pepperdine Assistant Athletic Director for Communications, Roger Horn. Assistant for Athletic Communications, Sarah Ottoman and Morgan Davenport. Directing producing today is our own Olivia Arns. And of course, our fine sponsors. Executive producer on Pepperdine Women's Volleyball's Dr. Stephen Potts. This has been NCAA College Volleyball featuring the Waves of Pepperdine University. These Waves casts are a presentation of the Pepperdine University Department of Athletics and the WCC Network. Once again, the final score, Pepperdine 3, Cal Baptist 0. I'm Al Epstein. Good evening, everyone.